What up, y'all? It's Forward Baby Man, Big Boss Fable. I'm back with a video for the channel. We actually doing a reaction to Fresh and Fit. We got Sneako puts Fresh and Fit on the hot seat for family values, I guess. Everybody, reacting to this content about the red pill takes a L, Sneako checks Fresh and Fit. I was actually tuned into this episode, bro. I watched this episode of Fresh and Fit to where Sneako took the W. And I don't really see how he took such a huge W. Now, if you're new to this video or to this content, you don't really know what the context of it is. I'll give a brief rundown. I mean, they was talking about vasectomies and what a man should value, prioritizing the women over, the family over their career, and Sneako has some things to say about vasectomies, and they shouldn't be encouraging guys for vasectomy, which I 1,000% agree, man. I'm never considering getting a vasectomy anytime in my life. Like, I'm not doing no snip snip type of. So I agree with Sneako when he was kind of taking that stance, but a lot of things he said wasn't too. Wow, oh my God, Sneako, like, bruh, everybody really riding Sneako's nuts right now, thinking that he broke the matrix. Sneako broke the red pill. No, he didn't, bro. Because a lot of things he was saying, I thought I didn't really agree with it. And maybe there's some context, there's some things we can catch in this 10-minute clip. But I'm telling you right now, bro, Sneako didn't do nothing special aside from stand up and let men know that who cares about getting a vasectomy, my boy. But we'll kind of address the things as the conversation flows. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit the notification bell. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Forward Fabian. It's the road to 1,000,000 subs. Peace, love to everybody watching my content. Go to the playlist page to get a familiarization of all the different forms of videos and content I drop on this channel, man. It's my whole library there. So, peace, love, man. Let's get into it.
What's more important? What's more important? Being successful or having a family?
Having a family.
What do you guys think?
Successful.
Wait,
So
for the man or for the
it
woman?
seems like the red pill ideology is that being successful is more important. It's not about attracting a woman. Like, what's more important for a man? What should a man's priority be? Having a family or being successful?
Being successful first every single time, because then you have the ability to choose. But
Not anymore. Not if you get the vasectomy, then you can't have the family.
So this first point, I'm gonna address this real quick. Like, I don't know where the connection came from. Not getting a vasectomy. If you got a vasectomy, what's more important, being successful or having a family? Not if you get a vasectomy. Well, obviously that's gonna eliminate you being able to have children. Now, I ain't gonna get too particular because I can ramble and talk about this kind of stuff all day. According to Fresh and Fit standard, they try to teach men on how to value themselves and build themselves up in order to provide and prepare for a family one day. Essentially, that's why Myron takes the stance of you got to get your ducks in a row, bro. Get your money up, get in the gym, be a desirable man, and you can get the best woman that you want. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to attract a high quality woman. You shouldn't be a bum and think that you're gonna be able to retain or attract certain quality things. He's saying get your stuff together, be successful, focus on things, and then you'll be able to provide for a family one day. And in the lieu of things, in the actual general order of things, bro, you got to be able to provide as a man. So I see where Myron coming from. Ideally, you got to get your money up. Now, I guess the vasectomy part comes into the fact that you wouldn't be able to have a family anyhow. But let's continue.
Dude, you can undo a vasectomy. Like, I don't know why you keep saying, like, you can undo a vasectomy.
It's that one point.
Sometimes.
It's that one point that has you tripped out. Remember,
Yeah.
dude,
But it
that
says
thing-
avoid family creation. Like, we
At
get
the beginning stages, bro. Man,
Your
dude, that's
20s.
not a long term. It's
That's
a short term.
He said quickest way, which means short-term strategy to building your value up as quickly as possible. That's retard proof. That's not going to get you in a
Look,
jam.
I'm not saying that you should have a kid when you're extremely young, but I am saying that we should be focused on becoming good fathers too. Just like we make fun of girls for prioritizing their careers and wanting to be girl bosses and wanting to build an empire, they're not prioritizing motherhood immediately. And then we're saying, men, ignore family creation, get a vasectomy so you could focus on getting rich, and then you'll be 40, you'll have all these.
All right, this is where I come in and get understanding. Maybe this is where the bridge is connected for people who are outside viewers. Now, I'm not sure Fresh and Fit were encouraging getting a vasectomy in order to be successful as a priority. Like, Sneako's framing it in the sense of he took what Fresh and Fit said as far as prioritizing career, even though a man may want to, engage in some pleasure once in a while. He needs to still focus on the career. I guess Fresh and Fit were saying the best way to eliminate any possibility of like getting derailed is having a vasectomy. That's why I'm saying this conversation is backwards because it's like nobody really took a clear stance in understanding, okay, well, I can still focus on my career and prioritize my career, be successful without prioritizing trying to build a family first, simultaneously dating women and still capitalize on my career versus thinking that the only way that I can date women while simultaneously trying to conquer my career is getting a vasectomy and hope in fear of I'll get somebody pregnant. This conversation is outlandish. That's why I don't see why the internet sphere is running with Sneako W Sneako. Bro, he's not even really this conversation is not that high IQ, bro.
All these hoes and
Like,
girls and then start a family. Like, how are we building men to become good fathers if they've been only prioritizing success? If they have a dick surgery, how do they have the character that's going to lead a proper family?
So you're saying
Because they've dealt with a bunch
like
of hoes first, so they know what a good woman is.
So you're saying us as men when we're young should have kids early, right?
No,
No,
he didn't
no,
say
that's not
that.
what he said.
I didn't say that.
No, but what's the priority then?
Look,
Family or
it
success?
doesn't mean that you need to have kids young, but it shouldn't be a void family creation in your head. That's an important thing to think about when you're young too. How am I going to have the character? How am I going to have the maturity, the responsibility to become a good father when I am ready to do it?
So what age should men have kids then?
that's dumb. Life will give you that character and maturity. You don't need to not have a vasectomy. Oh, if I have one, it's going to take away. Life will naturally do that over time. Chasing your goals in your career, becoming a man is a part of, trials, tribulations, the obstacles. Life is going to naturally mold you. Certain men. Some men are just sheltered in life and they don't get that natural molding that the world will breathe onto them, right? They don't face their fears. They don't step outside. They're not trying to be confident. They're not trying to step outside their box. But the point that Sneako using is so minute because he's assuming that's the only way a man can develop. Oh, so you're telling me men that have vasectomies can't understand on how to become a decent father? Like, if you look at the comment right now, Michael Jordan had his vasectomy reversed and had kids. Not to say I would never encourage a man to do that, but it's been done. It's possible. So, did Michael Jordan end up being a bum father? I don't think so. He got a vasectomy. Like,
Maturity, the responsibility to become a good father when I am ready to do it.
So what age should
the
men have
point
kids
is
then?
null and void
I
here.
would say early 30s is probably ideal.
30s?
Yeah, I would say like early 30s, mid 30s.
See, you just proved that point. That list is for people in their 20s, not their 30s.
Well, there you go.
can
You
I-
have a vasectomy, you can't have kids in your early 30s. That's the point of the surgery.
No.
You can maybe reverse it, but you can't have, like, that's what that surgery is permanent.
So all in my 20s, what should I be doing?
You should be working on your character. You should be working on your maturity. You should be getting closer to God. A lot of the things that we're praising the women for to become a good mother, that's important things for men
So
to
be
focus
broke.
on too.
I work on characters.
I didn't say be broke. It's equally important to work on your finances. Women aren't going to say that, of course. I'm telling guys, you should get rich as possible too. But you should also be working on like building your character and looking at how I'm going to raise my kids and how I'm going to be a good father. If you're 40 and you have all these hoes and you have experience with hoes, is that going to make you a better father? Probably not.
Okay, so you know how Myron usually roasts chicks because females, excuse me, a lot of girls. Oh, he called me a chick. But anyways, you know how Myron always roasts a lot of the women who come on the show for having very extreme examples. Sneako just gave an extreme. Oh, what if I think I'm be 40 and keep dating these hoes? Ah, bro, who said that? That's an extreme. Just like Myron calls out a lot of women on the show for giving an extreme example to try to back an argument or debunk a statement, bro. That's a minority. That's never gonna happen. And if there's a guy in his 40s who's continuously just dating, he's not trying to be a father. He's just trying to be the playboy till he go. Like, he's Hugh Hefner in it. You know what I mean? He's not trying to mold. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people, you can easily challenge Sneako's stance because it's not really set in stone anywhere. It's just rambling, in my opinion, bro. A 40-year-old is not looking to settle down and be developed to become a father. So why even use that as an example? It's just null and void. If a guy's 40 years old and continuously running through women, that means that he's just trying to do that forever. Now, if a guy's 20, 30, then or 20 years old, he's still running through the young phase doing that. Some men don't. Some men get married in their 20s. Some men are still dating women in their 30s. They get married in their late 30s. Everybody's different. But the point being is, just because you're dating women while simultaneously getting rich does not mean that you're not developing skills to become a decent father. you're living life, bruh.
You'll just know how to
You
avoid
just
a bad
learn.
woman. But it's not that you don't need to fuck 100 women to realize what a hoe is. A hoe is a girl. You look at her Instagram, you know she's a hoe or not. You don't need to get all these women in order to understand that.
No, you don't.
Can I
Once again,
interject?
you need to be able to decipher from experience who's a hoe and who's not. We're just saying, look,
Do you think it's that hard to see who a hoe is?
bro, come on, really?
I feel overall men should
That's what
have
I'm saying.
a self.
It's funny how today Sneako got his, I'm gonna play devil's advocate shirt on today, but he agrees with 99% of the things they say on this show. That's why he's there every time. He advocates for everything they're saying. So today I'm gonna be the contrarian. Come on, Sneako, bro. We see through it. Sneako, I like Sneako. He's very entertaining. It's funny because when he first came on the show, I did not like him, bro. He talked way too much. And it was very, I could see the immaturity in him because he was quick to snap at things versus just hearing people out. He couldn't just be calm to see. He would always just be down somebody's throat type. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I like Sneako, but he a contrarian, bruh. So it don't make sense. I do agree with Myron to a certain extent. In the point, like Myron says a lot of extremes, bruh. Not everybody's gonna see it through his lens, but naturally speaking, whether you agree with the amount he put up in terms of how many women a guy should date to try to understand the marketplace or understand female nature, bruh, generally speaking, men need to learn female nature, bro. So whether it's a number tied to how many do he need to do this to figure out she's a hoe or not necessarily, but the bottom line is, bro, men need to wake up and understand how certain women move. Some women just naturally finesse. If you're just a blind as a bat and you never see that, oh, you don't think a man can figure out who's a hoe or not? Some can't. Myron always talk about on this show, and generally speaking, it's obvious men aren't that socially calibrated, bro. A lot of men are dumb. Like, they don't know how to read between the lines. They're just really goofballs. Women are more socially superior. You know what I mean? Women know social cues. They know how to read things. They know how to interact. They have very high communication type of skills. Like, men aren't naturally, and we're talking about a balance of probabilities. If we speak in generalities, bro, men aren't like that. Some men are. Of course, you have the exceptions. But if we looked at a majority, no, bro.
Control when they're in their early 20s. Yes, by nature, like, you're gonna go be promiscuous and all of this, but you also can have if you're working to get closer to God, you will create a self-control within yourself to not be sexually like promiscuous and just having sex with everyone and get someone pregnant.
And
You could use a condom too.
Can I say too, I think what Sneako's also trying to explain is that when you have a culture that bashes Western women about how we're focusing on the wrong things when we're young, but then you praise men for perpetuating that culture, I think what Sneako is trying to say is we need to teach men to have similar values to where we can come to the same page so that we don't damage each other and hurt each other in our 20s, and then you're a 40-year-old man and you have a bunch of young bimbos around you and you don't know how to have a relationship with somebody who's quality.
Okay.
I mean, what's the funny part? I'm
that
curious.
sounds great. I'm laughing because because the thing is that feminism is here and it's not going anywhere. You just heard all these girls' answers.
What is
That was
feminism?
quite literally
Girl
what
boss
indoctrinated you to give
queen,
the answers you just gave a second ago.
Can you
Feminism.
explain it?
Feminism.
Building an empire.
Yeah, like all of you guys gave very masculine answers when we asked you. First it was, do you want to be a mom? Then we asked you, what are you working on right now to be a mom in the future? All of you gave masculine answers to be able to provide, work on your education, whatever, which is cool. But what I'm saying is that all of you guys are young, and your answers show the indoctrination that feminism is here and it's not going anywhere. It's even seeping into women from foreign countries. So, Sneako, I get what you're saying, bro.
So is it better advice?
Here, let me just finish real quick. In an ideal world, I wish it was 1950. I wish we could go back to guys getting married at 21, 22, having a wife that is great and everything else like that, the tradcon life. But those days are gone, bro.
Right.
Like, if guys sit here and say, I really want to be a dad, and they don't have sexual experience, they're setting themselves up for failure. You can see all these tradcon relationships going down the tubes. And I get it. Like, it sucks. It's fucked up. But at the end of the day, men are the ones that risk everything when they become a father, when they get married, etc. Women are incentivized to leave the guy. So we're operating in 2023 standards, not 1950 standards.
Women risk their bodies to give birth to kids. How can you say they don't risk anything?
bro.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And our
Let me ask
time.
you a question. Hold on. Okay.
Go ahead.
Who has to bring more to the table to get a relationship? The man or the woman?
The woman.
Really?
The man.
Thank you.
man.
Someone's operating
The man.
logistically.
I mean, at first,
Logically.
yeah, the man has to, most of the times court the women, but at the end of the day, like,
Well, no. What does he have to even be able to court the woman?
I
That
mean,
bad.
whatever she thinks is attractive to her, whether physical or, mentally.
Okay, let me answer it for you because you don't want to be blunt about it. Women look for certain things: height, income, strength, competence, confidence, ambition, all these things that take time to acquire. When a man gets with a woman, he's effectively 9 out of 10 times better than her in most regards. That's the truth. Women don't date down, they date up.
And you
So-
answer this so confidently because you yourself are a woman?
I know exactly what women want because men, unlike women, have to know what women want to get them, but women don't have to know what men want to get them.
This is
Yeah, and you date those guys.
This is so factual, man. A lot of women, and I don't like. This is real conversations that people need to have in order for the male and female dynamic to be understood. Women don't get this, bro, and people can be offended, but like this is facts. And I want this to just pause to seek in if people don't understand this concept. And I always say this, and it's like I use the analogy of kind of like the lion and the gazelle, and Fresh and Fit uses it. Myron uses it. You know what I mean? Like, men are lions, women are gazelle. Men approach women. We pursue women. We want to attract women. So, essentially, if you want to call it the prey, that's what it is. So, what does the lion have to know about the gazelle in order to, obtain the prey, in order to eat a meal, in order to attack? He has to know everything about the gazelle. He has to know when the gazelle sleeps. He has to know when the gazelle eats. He got to know when the gazelle goes by the pond to take a sip of water, so that the lion knows the proper time to attack, the proper time to capitalize. Men approach women. We have to understand women in order to understand what they like, what they don't like, how to get them outside, how to get them on a date, how to be able to get to the point to where they trust us enough to where we can make them our girl, how to make them comfortable enough to believe in us and understand that we could actually provide for them and a family. Men have to understand these things, and if they didn't, they wouldn't attract women, period. We would just be running into the wall, not understanding or getting anywhere. That's the point. But women don't seem to understand that. They seem to, oh, well, it's the same thing. No, bruh. Last time I checked, it's not common for women to ask a man out on a date. Last time I checked, it's not, I mean, of course, there's exceptions. It's not common. Women don't approach men. Men approach women. Women don't propose to men naturally. Men propose to women. So, like, think about it, bruh. Let's keep it a bean.
So
Like, the reality is men have to approach women, correct?
Majority of the times, but I think
hold
with
on.
these
Men
new
have to ask
times,
women on
I don't
dates,
know.
correct?
Majority of the times.
Men have to initiate conversation.
Majority.
Men have to plan a date.
Majority.
So effectively, they have to understand women to get sex, correct?
Correct.
Women are on the receiving end, which means they're the ones being courted, correct?
In the beginning stages, correct.
Yes. So in other words, the guy has to bring a lot to the table to even get a chance to be able to court the girl, correct?
At the beginning stages, correct.
Okay. So the point I'm trying to make is that men must bring way more to the table to even get the attention of a woman. So therefore, when they get in the relationship with the girl, they're bringing more resources and bringing more to the table than women do in general. Men don't ask much for women, but women ask a lot from men. So,
Yeah, I
Excuse
think
me?
that's really. I
Excuse
think
me?
that's based
Yeah.
on your
How?
relationship.
I think that men ask for a lot more than they think they ask for. But when it comes to resources, yes, you guys do come with a lot and you guys do bring a lot and provide for us. But I think when it comes to mental, spiritual, and things like that, we provide a lot for men.
it's not tangible though.
Yes, it's not tangible, but when you work on your spiritual, your mental, it elevates everything in your life. Because if you look at people who are making money, where is their mind space at?
They don't pay the bills. Yeah. Listen,
Money
that's what I'm saying. The way you bring to the table is nice, is great, but ultimately for the family to actually survive, you gotta pay the bills.
Fresh got a point. I ain't gonna lie. I like what baby girl said. She has some cool little points. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be mentally fit. You gotta be physically smart. You know, I mean, you gotta be spiritual. I mean, I believe in. I'm a spiritual person. You know, I have faith. I believe that's a dynamic to a healthful, fruitful life. I mean, I think it's physical, spiritual, mental. You know what I mean? That's it's a culmination of everything, bro. But with that being said, at the end of the day, like you can't put that on paper, bro. A lot of times, if we're gonna really like lay it out, a lot of times it's just like it's not weighed out the same, bro. It's not weighed out the same, and you know, women care about different things. Men care about different things. Men being logical thinkers, we care about the tangibles. Women being emotional thinkers, they'll care about things that's not even tangible. It's just things that are, you know, feelings and you know you know, emotional stability. Like the difference is we just can't relate on that point because men don't decipher the world through emotion. You know what I mean? They can't relate to that type of feeling. Women don't decipher the world through logic. So it's just running circles, man.
You
Laps.
look at empires. Who is the woman on side of the man?
Nobody knows.
No one knows.
Pretty much.
But she's there.
The kings are known.
But she's there.
Yeah, but in the background, we're saying ultimately for a family to work, money is going to be important.
Money is extremely important, but the part that I disagree with you, Myron, is that I understand. We agree that feminism has completely ruined most women in the West.
Yeah.
But the advice from the space is instead of navigating that, instead of trying to find a good woman, get a vasectomy and then sleep with all of them and then understand their nature. Why not just understand that a lot of these women are unwifeable?
So I disagree with that. I agree with Sneako. If that was the statement, bro, I don't agree with anybody who quoted that. And I watched this episode, bro. I swear Myron didn't even say that. That's the point. That's the point. Arguing in bad faith. Arguing in bad faith. This is my problem. To where people are arguing, these clips and content go viral, and people wasn't even really on the same page to begin with. Bruh, Myron never said that's the way to go. And he's not encouraging men to do it. I think the question, and specifically the question was pertaining to the quickest route. That was a hypothetical. Now, if that was put on the table, okay, that's a random thought. Fresh and Fit, I don't think they're encouraging. They're not encouraging. I know for a fact they're not encouraging because in that episode, throughout this conversation, Myron clarified 1,000 times for Sneako to still argue. Sneako, bruh, it's up to the man. If a man want to do that, then he's going to do that. Some men, they don't need to do that. It's up to the man in particular. He always brought it back to the man's choice. Myron, he over here arguing. Sneako's over here arguing that Myron said that a vasectomy is the route in order to, 1, build up an empire, 2, learn female nature before you want to have a family. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Sneako, this side sometimes, bro. Sneako be thinking he too smart, but it's like, bro, you're not. The point's not that bright.
And just not spend your time and invest your energy into women that you don't even respect or like in the first place.
Even if you do find a traditionally conservative woman that will sit there and be a good wife,
she'll crowder you.
Huh?
She'll Steven crowder you.
She can still crowder you because the thing is, people.
This guy.
This is what I want guys to understand. Even if your girl loves you, whatever, and you know you guys have a relationship, everything else like that, the upside of her leaving you is so high. Like she gets so much benefit that a lot of the time women aren't going to sit there and deal with it. The duty, they're like, fuck that. I can get half his money, get the kid, get child support, live this same lifestyle, and go date someone else that's going to make me happy.
I'm not even advocating towards marriage. I'm advocating towards family creation. Well, I think it's worthwhile to get married within the church or within the mosque, and then avoid that whole legal battle. Don't give away half your money. Get married within religion. Then we can have a
conversation.
That's my point. I never said that other thing. You think I'm going the TradCon route? It's over. Like Steven Crowder's wife proved that that's going to happen. They were married when they were virgins. They were the only people, and then she still said, "You're emotionally abusing me." Garbage. That video was edited. She stole it. Women are incentivized to do it. Hakimi, she brought that up at the couch. It's not a good idea. But if you get married within a religion, and then you could give her.
There's still some states that will look at that as a marriage of the state, dude.
And child support.
We had a whole podcast with lawyers on that.
There's no escape, bro. Child support. And then, dude, once again, those states you mentioned before, if you're with her too long in the same household, that's your wife.
So don't even do it. Just give her the ceremony. Most of these women, they just want to put on a dress and they want to feel pretty. They want to take pictures.
They want the whole ceremony.
If you're actually high value, yeah, they'll do the ceremony. It doesn't mean you need to get like legally married. If you can get around that,
papers, bro.
They don't want the papers. They don't give a fuck about the papers. They just want the pictures in the wedding dress.
It's like the U.S. for
I get the ideals that you want, which is perfect. I think, dude, 100% it should be that way, but it's not, bro. It's not.
Yeah.
I know it's not, but there's better ways. My point is there's better ways to navigate it than getting a surgery that prevents you from having children. That's just not good advice. If you that's extremely black pill. That's not going to create a good future society.
Right.
We understand that, Sneako. We understand that, bro. Nobody's disagreeing with that. Now, That's where I stand with you, bro. I mean, nobody's disagreeing with that, but that's common sense, bro. The Fresh and Fit cleared that up clearly. This is not a W for Sneako. It's just common sense, bro. W Sneako. Sneako collapses the red pill. He breaks the matrix. Like, what? Bruh. People just being followers, you know, people trying to clickbait, and a lot of the content creators really buying into this. Oh, see, he calls out Fresh and Fit. He exposes Fresh and Fit as frauds. Like, what is y'all talking about, bruh? Nothing about what happened on this episode exposed anything. But let me know y'all's thoughts on this in the comment section below. Peace, love, prosperity. We'll catch you guys in the next one, man. We out.